And that's another week. I am just about to get in the old Merc with a friend who's just arrived from London, the one his 50th birthday it was, in Soho a couple of weeks ago. And we are driving down to Cornwall to another old mate that we were at school with when we were 8 years old for his father's memorial weekend celebration. Going to be offline completely, and I'm going to enjoy a digital detox, an analog weekend. Just me, my friends, a pub and a book. It's Friday, there's a red storm warning, but we have to leave the flat and try and drive back to Devon because we have to get out of the flat because someone else is coming to stay in it today. But we can stop off halfway in Hampshire if the weather's too bad. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to your hair when we get out in this wind.
I've got a hat.
Oh, don't be spoiled sport.
Whoa, it's really windy.
Oh my goodness me, that's great. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Daddy's
Okay.
being mean to me in the name of YouTube.
And the audience loves you for it. Wait, I want to see your hair in the wind. Yeah! Okay, it's very, very windy. We're just going to walk about 100 yards or so. Hopefully Pizza Hut's open and we're going to have Pizza Hut while the car charges up. So we need to see whether the wind's dying down, look at the weather forecast, and I'm going to see how much charge we've got in the car, okay? Ooh, healthy stuff.
And mine.
I've been volunteered to go and get the car and bring it back to the Pizza Hut so that they haven't got to walk through the wind. I can actually see the storm of 1987 and the one in 1990. It was worse than this. Something so exhilarating about the wind. So we've got hail actually on the road.
I can't see it.
There's a big, well, it's a branch, but it's too big to drive over. Not really the most dramatic bit of tree falling I've ever seen. Look, can you see that branch down?
Yeah.
We made it. We're home. Your children are very quiet when you've been asleep.
What's that?
We've got home, but there is no electricity at all. So I've got 80% battery left on my phone. Luckily, in my pilot bag, I've got charged up power packs that will charge my phone up 3 more times or 4 more times. But no internet, no electricity, which is great. So we're just going to light the fire, make a coffee or tea, a cup of tea on the Arga. So we've still got heating to cook. And we can play board games and we can read and have candlelight when it gets dark. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah! Exciting, I know.
Let's play some ball games.
Yeah. I stand corrected. I thought we'd only had a few twigs down. But that is a big old bough off that oak tree. It's still windy out there. This is so much fun.
Yes.
Well, we've just spent a very cold night in the house with no electricity and power, and this is the first time I want to come and check on the hangar, seeing it's on the really high up and exposed. Because Dunkeswell is at 840 feet above sea level and totally exposed, so I really thought it was going to have pretty bad wind damage, or at least some, but nothing apparently. Because we can't charge the car up at home with no power, so we're going down to Exeter to make sure the car is fully charged up on the supercharger. And we've got, there are 4 USB ports in the Tesla. So we've got 2 phones, 2 iPads and a power bank, and we're charging everything up in the car. So that if there's no power in the house tonight, we've still got mobile signal and connection with the outside world. Although there's something really fun about having no connection with the outside world. And to give us 100%, it's gonna take 50 minutes. So should we go get some food?
Yeah.
We have some extra dinner guests. Hi. Hey! It's a backwards race. Hey! The car fell over. car is out! Whoa! You're cheating! I've got it on film! Just got home, second day without power, and power's back on. Woohoo! Kids straight to the telly. Didn't even bother turning the lights on. Believe it or not, these two love each other. That's just weird. Bananas and pancake. Whereas this is what it's supposed to look like. I'm not complaining, thank you very much. I do not miss this. Hardly ever have to fill up now because I'm always driving the Tesla. And when I do, it's just such a horrible reminder of how expensive it is to drive around in petrol cars. I mean, electric cars aren't perfect and they've got their drawbacks, but 120 quid a tank? No thanks, I'll have 20 quid a tank, I think. I know it's windy. Let me pump up your tyres. You haven't ridden your bikes for a while, have you?
Yeah.
Not in here, remember?
Well, that was a good practice run.
We don't want Archie breaking any more airplanes with his head.
No.
How do I look, first of all? This is the story of my airspace infringements. Take one. We need to have a rethink about our gear. So we've come up to Beer Beach, because we're supposed to be trying to fly a kite, but it's just horrible weather, and everyone's annoyed. Everyone's grumpy. Hey, is everybody grumpy?
Yeah. Because of this.
These are the most memorable family days when everyone's grumpy. We need 2 pins. I can only feel 1 in here. You can't fly your kite because you've lost one of the pieces. Yep. When you took it out and played with it at home.
They wave.
They did wave.
I like
It's funny, look, when you're friendly to people, they're friendly back. How about that? Good throw.
It's all yellow.
Said Mama's nicer than me, but thank you, Cara.
Mama's nicer than you, but you're still nice.
Thank you.
I'm so cold.
This is very wet and muddy, slippery grass on steep slope. Let's see how slippery it is. It's Monday morning, tail end of Storm France is still blowing through. And this morning, I'm off to pilot school, being sent for retraining by the Civil Aviation Authority after my 3rd airspace infringement, which I've done a video on over the weekend, so I'll give you the story of that. But for now, a quick cup of coffee in the car and down to Exeter Airport. Toasted bacon and fried egg sarnie. Just what you want before you're going off to Top Gun. I mean pilot school. I mean Top Gun. We're here. In we go. Been here half an hour now and so far no actual training at all. I don't really know what to say about this morning's ground school training.
Daddy, look at your map. Look at your map.
Oh, I know, that's so cool.
Um,
Colour, that's so pretty.
Right.
Before,
It was like that.
after. Bangers and mash for the kids under us. Onions.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great
Bye.
day, your all-day dance class. Amory and I are having a very rare, quiet lunch à deux without the kids. We love the kids. We love them a little bit more when they're not here, don't we? So, 3rd attempt to get up to the airfield and fly the plane. It's been terrible weather all morning. It's just clearing up this afternoon. It is windy up there, but I'm going to make an assessment about the crosswind and wind strength and gusts when I get to the airfield. My nerves about flying when I haven't flown for 10, 11 weeks now. And that's why I've got an instructor. He's a friend actually, but he's also an instructor and a really experienced pilot and ferry pilot and all kinds of stuff. And he said he'd come along. So apparently the Russians put their troops into Ukraine today. And I don't know about anyone else, but I find it really, really worrying that anyone in any country could just have such total disregard for boundaries, borders, other countries. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not getting better at the moment, it's getting worse. So my co-pilot's here. Not going to record this flight, just going to get on and do it, blow the cobwebs out and get back in the air again. It's 20 knots, gusting 30, right in the middle of the two runways, so we're going to have quite a strong crosswind, which makes me all the happier that I've got a really experienced instructor with me today. Oh, exciting to be going back up again. Successful flight in that we're back on the ground in one piece, and there was a really interesting bit when the engine started to vibrate and then it coughed and it spluttered, or as my co-pilot said, it burped, and then it ran smooth as anything. So possibly running it at 25 has actually helped clear out the engine, and we're about to do the compression checks and find out.
Brake up. Right, stop there. 24.
So as we speak, just getting the last couple of cylinders, numbers, and then I've got to make a decision about what to do. I'm hoping it's going to be flyable for another year, and then do a top end over all of the engine next year when the annual's due. That's my thinking, so we'll see. I've got two different engineers to talk to, one in America, one in the UK, to get their opinion on what to do next with the engine, because a couple of the cylinders are too low on the compression. Boom! So today's news isn't great, but this had to happen one way or the other. But tomorrow's news is going to be great either way. Tomorrow we find out whether or not our new baby is going to be a girl or a boy. Very excited about that. Found it. Been looking for this everywhere, and it's an exciting day. First of all, I'm doing a podcast interview on a property podcast channel, which is why I had to find this big microphone. Then Anne-Marie and the kids and I are off to Exeter for a baby scan to find out if it's a boy or a girl, and we are all really excited about that. Right, all set and ready to go. That was quite an experience, actually. I got asked some tough questions. The interviewer had been doing a lot of research on my YouTube videos. This is so exciting! We're going to find out what's in there. So what do you think? You think it's going to be a boy or a girl?
A boy. Girl.
I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a girl. Oh my goodness me, it's so fully formed. See the arms and the legs.
Oh, it's looking at us, look.
And everything is beautiful and healthy and stunning.
That's so nice to hear. For anyone about to have their first baby, if you only get one single piece of baby equipment and nothing else, and this is advice that I got from my sister who has 4 children, Ergo baby sling, which means you can strap it to yourself, put the baby inside it, and get on with your day. Baby's happy, and you've got your hands free. So we've come to the pig at Coombe, which is one of our favourite places to go on a special occasion. To open the envelope.
Red writing.
Pink.
Big. It's a girl. I am a little girl. It's a girl. I wanted it to be a boy.
And we're 100% sure about Daphne.
So now we know if it's a girl.
We do. It is a girl.
Hello,
and her name
baby sister.
is Daphne. So next time we do this camera angle, there'll be a tiny baby in the middle.
You know, boop. Yeah.
Short celebration over. Now back home to finish off work for the day. Multitasking this morning. Work calls from the car while I take these two to their all-day dance class. I was always taught water and electricity didn't mix. It doesn't seem to bother this car. With the news we woke up to this morning on the radio about what's happening in Kiev and Ukraine, simple little things like this suddenly feel much more important, and the freedoms that we take for granted. So I actually bumped a work meeting this morning in order to take the kids to their class and give Emery a bit of a break as well. They love their dance class so much. I have got to get some work done this morning, a lot of work to finish this morning, and then I'm going to be putting my camera away for a couple of days and going down to Cornwall. So it's really nice to have a quality couple of days with really, really old mates who've been mates for over 40 years, which is amazing. This morning, bombs have been dropped in a European country. That's not dramatising it, that's a simple statement of fact. I think, as someone on the radio said this morning, none of us thought we'd ever see this again. How am I supposed to lose weight when you keep feeding me like this?
You're welcome.